Stephano really needs a win, has to get a win here to keep his playoff hopes alive. And then Cloud's going to need to help him out in his game against Xenia. So crazy stuff happening here at the North American Star League. There we see Stephano and the shadow of HayprO. Ooh, that sounds like a boss in a video game.
Yeah, and as you said, if Stephano has showed one weak matchup over the course of, let's say, last 2 months, it had to be ZVZ. Not because it was necessarily bad, it was just not as convincing as often as ZVP or ZVT is. He lost against Violet several times, the Spring Arena several times, I should say 2 times. But then again, he managed to beat him, I believe, at the Red Bull Battlegrounds very recently.
Yes, he did.
So maybe it's not all that shaky, man.
Well, I don't think it's ever been shaky. I just think that I'm going to go ahead and make the joke that you like to make, Kev. Stephano occasionally loses when he has to play against the race that's as good as his.
Yeah, that has to happen. I mean, hey, you cannot always have the advantage, guys. Yeah, I think the funny thing is, if you would say this to Stephano, he would agree with it.
Stephano probably would agree with it.
Stephano is always agreeing. Like, whenever there are people having arguments around him about balance, Stephano's like, yeah, you're right. Zerk's so easy. I don't know. And then, like, people just get more angry. He's like, yeah, Zerk is so easy. And he's like, yeah, right? It's so easy. And, like, people don't know whether they should be happy with the fact that a Zerk player is admitting that it's easy, or because Stephano just so openly admits. It's like when you're Protoss and you're whining about Zerk, you at least hope for some resistance, you know. You hope that he says like, no, it's not really that easy, and then you want to say, oh, we do know how hard it is to play Protoss. But Stephano, man, he's just like, yeah, you're right, it's really easy.
If I'm not mistaken, this was 13 gas, 13 pool from Stephano. Might have been 14 gas, 13 pool. Eager to see what he does with this, because this is how I often open in ZVZ.
HayprO is going hedge first ban, and he's even going for the 16 pool follow-up, so HayprO is links, and certainly his speed is going to be quite a bit later than the speed of Stephano. And we'll see if Stephano is going to try to make something happen straight away. I saw HayprO play ZVZ very recently in the GTSL. Unfortunately, he lost against Xenex live, I believe it was. Live or hard, but no, it was live. Yes, Xenex live.
Was it a good game?
It was okay. Xenex, I mean, live played very, very good. He played very good throughout the entire series.
Okay, so Stephano just going to go with the Speedling expand here. He's even taking drones off of gas to get this hatch going. Can sometimes be a little bit dangerous against Baneling openings, but as we can see, HayprO's not doing anything like that. So.
Would you still say that you play this out in as the same way as I would have played it out in the old days, when you play against, like, let's say a Baneling opening where you try to open Speedling only, that it's always good if you force the fight on the other side of the map, so you don't have to worry that much about Banelings? Because I think it's a lot easier to attack into Banelings, even though that's already very hard, but it's harder to attack into Banelings than trying to defend with Speedling only against Banelings.
Well, the thing about the Banelings is the player that's making the Banelings makes them so that he doesn't have to keep building Zerglings. So if you can just trade well a couple of times, you can put him in really bad spots where you've got units and all of a sudden he has nothing because you've killed those 4 or 5 Banelings. But just to build on what you were saying, yeah, you're exactly right. If you lose a fight against Banelings on your side of the map,
yeah, you're done.
The game's over. If you lose a fight against Banelings on his side of the map, then you can still salvage it. So
HayprO is going to get a Spinecrawler straight away, Ben, and he also has his first Zerglings right now, and a Queen, so I guess he's going to be fighting against these 4 additional links from Stephano. HayprO is also getting the Baneling nest. Now Stephano is getting a Spinecrawler on his own, which I think, well, they're even in drones right now, but before that HayprO was ahead all along. Yeah. A little bit surprised that Stephano is getting such a quick Spinecrawler.
Yeah, that Spine's pretty necessary. You have to have it in case of Baneling aggression, in case of run-bys.
Ooh, for a second I thought he was going to go for the Queen, but he's not going to go for that one.
Instead just picks off a drone there, and that one drone kill is going to make things a lot more even. As you can see, Stephano 21 drones to 20, but HayprO does have a few that are about to pop out. The Speedling expand against Hatch first is very, very close, as it looks like the players did have a little pause. Once again, this is a replay cast. Stephano getting a second Spinecrawler, perhaps because Dual Sight's got such a wide open natural.
Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. Has to do something with the map. HayprO is getting Banelings though, so if he wants to get aggressive, it would have been the right choice. But as we can see in the production tab, HayprO is just droning up right now. Both players are actually having a lot of drones for this phase of the game. So I would still say that this comes out pretty good for Stephano, because Stephano is the one who was mining the pure minerals for a certain amount of time, a lot longer than HayprO was. So you could say that despite the more economic opening from HayprO, very nice wall-off over here by Stephano, making sure that Zergling can't enter the main base. Stephano definitely evened things up with skipping the Baneling phase. Yeah,
super even opening here. I'm eager to see what HayprO follows up with. I kind of expect Stephano to skip the Banelings at this point. He does go ahead and throw down double Evo Chamber. That's a little different. Now, the standard I'm used to seeing when watching Stephano's EVZ is single Evo into Roach Warren into +1. But, of course, the metagame has shifted quite a lot, and I could just be a little bit out of touch with what works in ZVZ.
So many drones on the way for HayprO. HayprO just made 12 drones at once. Once more, HayprO is going to try to run up the ramp, but he won't succeed in doing so, so he ends up losing those 4 or 5 links. He did get a scout off in the natural, so he saw the spine crawlers. He also saw this additional spine crawler, and he saw this third extractor. Now, I'm not sure if he can really draw anything really meaningful out of that, but hey, it's something.
Yeah, Stephano even going to build a third spine just to be extra safe, maybe because he doesn't have those banelings. And he's working on 1-1. He's getting +1 carapace and +1 melee. Ooh, the dance. Zerglings versus banelings.
Stephano really tried to pick off that single baneling from HayprO, but nice micro by our Swedish Zerg.
Nice micro on both sides.
HayprO's in good shape, man. He's 9 workers ahead right now. Just now, Stephano's getting that really big rotation of drones as well. HayprO's already up to layer. Stephano did not scout us yet, and HayprO's dropping the Spire.
I kind of think we're going to see Infesterling from Stephano, given the upgrades, given the fact that he's got all this gas, given the fast third, and I don't mind it, but the Infestors are quite a ways off. Stephano's going to have to piece it together that he's playing against Mutas quickly, otherwise he stands to take some damage.
With that little Zergling pressure that he just did put on his HayprO, he did see that HayprO was mining from both extractors in his natural now. That doesn't necessarily mean Mutalisk, of course. Meanwhile, a lot of Zerglings over here from HayprO on the north side. Gonna try to force a cancel on this base from Stephano, but Stephano's doing a good job just buying himself a little bit of time. But HayprO is gonna be okay with this, because he's forcing out more and more links while he's getting ready to transition into Mutalisk.
Yeah, I think HayprO is going to be able to cancel this. Stephano does have reinforcements popping out. It's going to be close, but the upgrades aren't done yet. Well, actually, Stephano does appear to have a few more Zerglings, but the Banelings could change everything. Nice job there by Stephano. 2 Banelings, or 2 Zerglings for Baneling is always a good trade. Great job by Stephano. Picks off that second Baneling with a single Zergling. Beautiful micro.
Yeah, really, really beautiful. From either side, though, because I think HayprO did very good for a long time as well. And it was very smart bringing in those 2 additional Banelings. Maybe he should have morphed a couple of more Banelings straight away in the start. But then again, with this entire Zergling dance span, he did buy himself a lot of time. And I don't think that Stephano was really thinking of Mutalisk in this phase of the game.
I don't either, and I'm wondering why Stephano saved up so much money. These mutas are a serious threat. There's going to be 11 mutas out. There's no spores. There's only 2 queens. Like Stephano, Kev, I don't think Stephano can do anything.
He's going to kill this base most likely, Ben. He has 1-1 Zerglings right now, and that was already a close fight. But when 1-1 was ready, Stephano will be able to force a cancel. HayprO, is he going to reveal the mutas straight away? Yes, he does.
Maybe a small mistake. If he'd flown straight into the main of Stephano, I think he could have done some good damage. But now it's going to give Stephano time to react. Spore crawlers go down immediately. Pathogen glands also starting up so that the infestor energy can finish. And Stephano's doing exactly what he should be doing. He's using his Zerglings to just run around and keep HayprO out of his base.
Gonna try to run up to the ramp over here.
That's playing with fire, but it works. The Banelings get picked off, and the Lings just going to go ahead and run away. Stephano should be content with that, as he's allowed himself to get these spores up. And now he can start producing infestors, and with the infestors, he's going to be very safe against the Muta.
One of those situations, Ben, if the player only knew what we know, I'm sure that HayprO would have straight away said, oh, the Mutas to the other side of the map. Right now, he's going to have a ton of Zerglings in his main base, and these Zerglings have 1-1 upgrades as well.
Yeah, brutal getting these Lings up into the main base. They're going to kill a ton of drones. Might even get the Queen. HayprO, meanwhile, is countering, but, well, he'll pick off the spores, but infestors are going to be popping out soon. Even if HayprO kills this hatch, I don't know that it matters because Stephano's doing so much damage on the other side of the map.
The roaches from HayprO will be able to keep his natural alive at least.
15 drones killed.
Yeah.
That's just nasty. 15
dropping
drones
a
killed.
transfusion. He's trying to buy a little bit of time. Transfuse, no additional transfuse anymore. Here comes
Fungal,
the first infestor.
great
Beautiful fungal. Where are the other infestors?
Not going to be enough to kill the mutas, though.
Whoa.
Or will it be? Excellent second fungal, third fungal, and one more time to clean them all up.
Wow, beautiful fungals here by Stephano. Takes out almost all the mutas. Yes, he will take them all out. That's just crazy.
Yeah, excellent work by Stephano. And one of the most devastating things that Stephano did with that run by is he killed all of HayprO's queens, which limits HayprO's larva. Not that it matters that much with the economy being as brutalized as it was. He doesn't have the money to really build much of anything. So Stephano in a just impeccable position.
I felt that this game was really going quite well for HayprO. If you indeed what you said would have just straight away flown in with the mutas. Of course, he still had to worry about his natural dam, but if he would have just put units on hold position over here, get 1 or 2 banelings and have a spine crawl, I think he would have been more than just fine against all these Zerglings. Right now, HayprO ends up once more losing this 3rd additional hatch, and things are really shifting into favor of Stephano, who has by far superior upgrades right now.
Yeah, great play by Stephano, switching into into Roach Infestor now. His upgrades, as you said, are just killing it. He's got 2-2
for the Zerglings and 0-2 for the Roaches, which is better than 0-0 and 0.
Yeah. Roach speed finishing, tons of Roaches finishing, and all really Stephano has to do now is make a big, strong focus push. It's HayprO that's going to push first, though. He's going to be attacking into Roachling Infestor, and that is a very difficult attack to make work. And we'll see exactly why here as he does go ahead and set up this big engagement. Here come the Roaches. They're going to try to find a good angle, but the Infestors dropping some Infested Terrans and landing some good Fungals. Wow, maybe overdoing it on the Infested Terrans. Now, plenty of energy left over for Fungals. Stephano's going to be just fine.
Well, I think it was actually a pretty smart choice, because all that Stephano has to do right now when it's just survive. HayprO did have more Roaches for a certain phase, even though Stephano has, of course, the better upgrades. All that Stephano has to do is survive. Beautiful Fungal right there. Reinforcements coming in from Stephano from behind as well. And beautiful defense by the French Zerg.
Yeah, just impeccable play by Stephano. Now he's basically doubling HayprO's supply. HayprO knows it's over. GG. Game 1 goes to Stephano. Kev, we didn't do predictions for the audience, but I know we both said Stephano's going to win this series before the game started.
Yeah, sorry guys, we actually forgot to do that, but we always give the predictions to our producer on forehand, so they can prepare our little sheet at the end of the show. And yeah, we both predicted Stephano. So we're not just picking the winning side, I promise. Man, you're one up against me today because you predicted Night End.
Hey,
right?
Knock on wood, Kev. We're going to disagree on this last series too, so
we're going to finish up even.
We may finish up even. We'll see. But for now, we just have to say a huge shout out to Twitch TV for bringing us that last game. We're going to play a very short commercial, and then it'll be HayprO versus Stephano game number 2 when we get back.